Ever feel like your days are just slipping by without meaning, without impact? Have you ever stopped to ask yourself, am I truly living up to my full potential? And if your mornings begin only with coffee instead of a fire in your soul, then, maybe, it's time for a shift. Let's get straight to the core. How many of us are actually living our lives at full capacity? I'm not just talking about waking up on time or completing your to-do list. I'm talking about waking up every morning fueled, not just by caffeine, but by a relentless drive to become better, to grow, and to truly thrive. If that sounds like the life you're craving, then I've got something powerful for you. 9 Stoic principles that can change the way you live, think, and act. These aren't abstract concepts, they're real, practical tools that sharpen your mind, elevate your spirit, and help you discover your true self. Each principle is designed to help you focus, act with intention, and live with greater meaning, especially if you're searching for a morning routine that will keep you centered and elevate your everyday life. Stick with me, because these timeless Stoic principles are more relevant today than ever before. Each morning, remind yourself, I am capable. This isn't just a phrase, it's a declaration of strength and competence. It's not about arrogance or ego, it's about grounding yourself in the truth that you have everything you need to meet the day. It's about standing up with both feet firmly planted, fully aware that you're prepared to face the world, its tests, its gifts, and everything in between. This affirmation serves as a daily anchor, reminding you that within you lies wisdom, skill, and resilience. In a world quick to highlight your flaws, it's vital to reaffirm your worth. And when doubt creeps in, and it will, this one phrase can serve as the lighthouse guiding you back to your inner strength. You're not seeking external validation. You already know your worth. And while the world may be chaotic and unpredictable, your belief in yourself must remain calm and unshakable. When you start your day with the belief, I am capable, it doesn't just shift your inner world, it changes the way you view everything around you. Embracing this mindset transforms the way you approach every task, every conversation, and every life decision. You're no longer simply reacting to what happens. You're stepping into life with clarity, purpose, and intent, actively shaping the outcome rather than being shaped by it. And here's the magic: that confidence doesn't just stay inside you, it radiates outward, subtly yet powerfully influencing how others perceive and respond to you. When you deeply believe in your own abilities, you inspire that belief in others and create a loop of trust that keeps reinforcing your inner strength. So, how often do we hold ourselves back by saying, I can't? Let me offer you a powerful rewrite. Yes, you absolutely can. You have the power to reshape your own reality. The Stoics, those timeless philosophers who turned wisdom into a daily discipline, believed that perception shapes reality. So what does this mean for us in today's fast-paced world? It means the way you choose to view your circumstances and the internal story you repeat about what you can or cannot do has the power to define not just your day, but your destiny. By embracing the belief, I shape my reality, you take full ownership of your life. Every choice, every response, and every thought becomes a brushstroke in the painting of your existence. Now, this doesn't mean denying hardship. Quite the opposite. It means facing difficulties head-on and realizing that you have the strength to overcome them, transform them, or even turn them into stepping stones towards something better. This principle encourages us not to wait around passively, not for the perfect timing, not for permission from others. Why wait for the right moment when you can create it? Every day is filled with potential, an open invitation to take charge to decide and to guide your life in the direction you truly want. Whether it's changing careers, strengthening a relationship, or starting something new, it all begins with the belief that you have the power to shape the outcome. Just imagine waking up with that kind of conviction. Today, I steer the course. You begin to see everything, every challenge, every encounter, through a proactive lens. And suddenly the possibilities don't just open up, they multiply. Next, we'll explore a Stoic strategy to help you stay grounded, even when life spins out of control. Let's keep going. Starting your day with the belief that you hold the reins of your own life doesn't just inspire, it transforms the way you act. When you truly recognize that this power lies within you, it becomes visible in everything you do. You begin to make decisions with more clarity. You take risks with greater courage, and when setbacks come, as they always do, you meet them with resilience. Why? Because you now understand every single step is like a sculptor's chisel, shaping the grand masterpiece that is your life. Claiming your ability to shape your own reality is deeply empowering, but it also comes with something essential: responsibility. It means taking conscious control over your thoughts and attitudes. Every "I can" thought strengthens your mental backbone. Every "I will" declaration moves you further toward the life you want. And when you regularly affirm this ability, you don't just shift how you see the world, you start to reshape how the world sees you. Far too often, we find ourselves tangled in regrets from yesterday or uncertainty about today. But what if there's another way to begin your morning, a way to set the tone for clarity, confidence, and forward motion? Try this. Every morning, remind yourself, "My path is clear." This isn't just a motivational phrase, it's an intention, a mental compass pointing toward progress and away from paralysis. Of course, there will still be obstacles. Life is filled with them. But embracing this Stoic perspective means you stop seeing those obstacles as walls and start recognizing them as stepping stones, integral parts of the path, not detours from it. You don't let setbacks block you. You use them to push forward. When you start the day with the mindset, "My path is clear," you're not just giving yourself a pep talk. You're retraining your brain to focus on movement, clarity, and solutions. That clarity won't magically remove every challenge, but it will empower you to move through them more effectively. Each obstacle becomes a lesson in disguise, and with each lesson comes growth. And it's that accumulated wisdom that lights your way, especially when life gets dark. Most importantly, this isn't about blindly charging forward. It's about progressing with intention, with a clear view of your goals and a full understanding of what it will take to achieve them. This clarity becomes the foundation of strategic navigation. Which brings us to the next Stoic principle, one that teaches us how to remain steady, even when life tries to throw us off balance. Let's continue. Walking with clarity doesn't mean your journey will always be straight or smooth. Life will twist and turn, often unexpectedly. But what matters most is not the shape of the path. It's your steadiness, your adaptability, and your unwavering focus on where you're headed. You're ready to shift course when needed, but you never lose sight of your destination. And along that journey, embracing clarity also calls you to let go of the unnecessary baggage, old failures, past fears, and self-doubt. It's so easy to carry those burdens with us, letting them cloud our vision and weigh us down. But every time you affirm, "My path is clear," you are also granting yourself permission to release those weights, to forgive your past self and move forward with a lighter, more agile spirit. Remember this: progress is not an event, it's a daily devotion, a quiet vow to yourself. I grow stronger daily. these simple words carry a powerful truth. You don't have to be perfect today, but every single day is a chance to get a little closer to that ideal version of yourself. Value your growth. Honor your journey. Understand that every mistake made and every challenge faced is not a setback. It's a stepping stone to fortify your inner strength. Stoic philosophy reminds us that growth is rarely linear. Some days you might take giant strides forward. Other days you'll feel like you're stumbling backward. But even those backward days carry their own wisdom, lessons that are essential to shaping your resilience. Every misstep, every challenge isn't a failure. It's a powerful invitation to strengthen your resolve and sharpen your capabilities. When you start to view your path through this lens, obstacles no longer look like barriers. They become opportunities to train your strength and sharpen your tools. And just as importantly, growing each day means learning to acknowledge and celebrate your own progress, no matter how small. It might be refining a skill, it might be overcoming a long-held fear, or it could be something as simple as staying composed during a moment of stress. These quiet victories are bricks that build your foundation of growth. And each time you notice them, you reinforce your path and reignite the motivation to keep going. Even more, this mindset fosters a deep culture of self-compassion and patience. Because the truth is, there will be moments when you fall short of your own expectations. And in those moments, it's all too easy to turn against yourself. But as we'll see in the next principle, the true power lies not in criticism, but in learning how to be your own ally on the journey forward. Let's explore that next. In the previous section, we explored the importance of self-compassion. Now let's examine one of the most subtle traps comparing your progress to others. It's easy to feel like you're falling behind when someone else seems miles ahead on their journey. But pause for a moment. Is it really fair to compare two completely different roads? Each person grows at their own pace. Understanding this truth allows you to appreciate your rhythm and respect your unique process. That realization liberates you from the harsh judgments you often place on yourself. Instead of beating yourself up, you adopt a more nurturing mindset, one that fosters deeper, more sustainable growth. The phrase, "I commit to excellence," isn't just something you say. It's a declaration, a powerful personal promise that sets the tone for how you live your life. This commitment aligns deeply with the Stoic belief that our virtues and the effort we invest in cultivating them define us far more than our words ever could. Each morning, when you repeat this commitment, you're not merely setting a goal, you're aligning your daily actions with your highest values. What makes this so beautiful is its simplicity and its challenge. Excellence isn't about outperforming others or chasing perfection. It's about embracing the grind, about finding meaning in the discipline and effort that don't just shape results, they shape you. Stoicism teaches us to focus on what we can control: our actions, our discipline, our character, and our responses to the world around us. By committing to excellence, you focus on these very things, embodying the Stoic virtues of wisdom, justice, courage, and moderation. Every morning, your commitment becomes a prompt to live with integrity, no matter what the day throws at you. And that same commitment inspires you to push forward when others might pause, not to judge them, but because you've set a higher standard for yourself. This standard fuels your consistency, and that consistency creates a deep-rooted sense of achievement, not the fleeting kind, but the kind that comes from showing up daily for yourself. The path of excellence is often solitary, not in isolation, but in the quiet strength required for personal accountability and self-motivation. And that leads us naturally to what's next. The silent, unglamorous moments that build true character when no one is watching. Previously, we discussed committing to excellence, a path built on perseverance and personal responsibility. Now let's explore the fuel that drives this path: discipline. Discipline isn't about praise, accolades, or outward achievements. It's about who you become in the process. Each day that you strive forward, you become stronger, wiser, and more attuned, not just to your craft, but to the needs and experiences of others. This daily effort shapes you into more than a professional. It molds you into a quiet leader, someone who inspires not through words, but through unwavering dedication and integrity. But there is a silent enemy that constantly tries to derail this progress: excuses. The phrase "excuses do not define me" is a powerful stance to take. Excuses aren't just lies we tell others. They're the stories we craft to soothe ourselves, to avoid the discomfort of accountability. And while they may bring momentary relief, in truth, they rob us of our power to change. From a Stoic perspective, this is crucial. We must always focus on what lies within our control, our actions and our responses. When we face a tough moment, a delay, or a setback, we are given two options. We can make an excuse, or we can face it head-on with intention and ownership. Excuses might feel like the easier route, but they keep us chained to the same place, trapped in a cycle of stagnation and regret. Taking responsibility, on the other hand, unlocks momentum. It allows us to grow, to learn, and to advance on our own terms. It means claiming authorship over our life story, rather than being a background character in a script dictated by fear. Rejecting excuses means interrogating the inner monologue, those automatic phrases like, "This is too hard," "I don't have time," "I'm just not good enough." It's about meeting yourself with honesty, clarity, and real, actionable steps toward the other side of that obstacle. And each time you bypass an excuse, you build a little more resilience, a little more confidence. You're reinforcing a self-image based not on limitations, but on capability. Even more, when you act with intention and purpose, you're living out the Stoic ideal, where responsibility, clarity, and focused energy form the foundation of a resilient, grounded life. And now, we move forward to the next page, where intentional living becomes your greatest tool for mastering each moment with presence and strength. Previously, we explored the courage of rejecting excuses and embracing full responsibility. Now we rise to a deeper truth: living with intentionality. Living with intention means that every single action you take is infused with purpose. There is no longer room for excuses or aimless wandering. Instead, you develop a mindset that seeks out solutions, not escapes. It's about choosing actions that align with your core values and long-term goals, instead of chasing the fleeting comfort that excuses may offer. So when you say, "Excuses do not define me," you're making a bold declaration of independence, liberating yourself from self-imposed limits. You're choosing to define yourself not by words or hopes, but by your effort, your resilience, and even the smallest achievements that mark your journey. This shift doesn't just affect how you set goals. It transforms how you see obstacles. They stop being signs of failure and instead become powerful lessons, opportunities to grow, evolve, and understand yourself more deeply. And then, in the stillness of reflection, you whisper to yourself, "I am designed for greatness." Let that thought settle. It's more than a motivational line, it's a profound truth, a lens through which your entire life can be redefined. You are not just another face in the crowd, meant to blend in and disappear. No, you were born with a unique set of gifts and a distinct capacity, one that is yours alone to develop and share. You weren't meant to merely exist. You were built to make an impact, to contribute something remarkable. Each morning, remind yourself of this. I am designed for greatness. This isn't ego. This is accepting the sacred responsibility that comes with your potential. You have something special, and only you can bring it into the world. It's your duty to yourself and to those around you to shape it, nurture it, and share it. Believing you are designed for greatness shifts how you experience life. You stop saying, "I have to," and start saying, "I get to." And now, we step forward into the final chapter, where this belief transforms from a quiet truth into daily, intentional action. Previously, we affirmed your truth, you were born for greatness. And with that belief taking root, you begin to walk differently, your every step aimed at continuous growth and daily improvement. This journey isn't about outperforming anyone else. It's about becoming better than you were yesterday and then pushing a little further tomorrow. That's the essence of lasting self-development, a path that has no final destination, but offers fulfillment in every step forward. Let this knowledge of your inner greatness be your fuel, lifting you during triumphs and pushing you forward when doubt creeps in. When you believe in your own potential, you begin to live differently. Your decisions reflect your deepest aspirations. Your actions start to align with your true goals, and you become more resilient because you know that setbacks are never permanent. They are simply temporary detours on the way to something remarkable. And sharing your gifts with the world? It's not just about personal satisfaction, it's about making a difference, whether through your career, your hobbies, or how you show up in your relationships. Every moment becomes a chance to give something of value. It might mean solving a problem, igniting inspiration in someone else, or simply bringing your best energy into daily interactions, lifting others by example. Still, in a world overflowing with opinions, it's all too easy to be swayed or overwhelmed by outside voices. But let this be your truth. External opinions do not sway me. Embrace this principle like a lighthouse guiding you through the fog. Stoicism teaches us the importance of building a stronghold within, a mental citadel of integrity and inner calm that cannot be breached. Why does this matter? Because far too often we let others' perceptions dictate our actions, our self-worth, and even our path. We shift our behavior, our style, or even our thoughts just to meet imagined expectations. But here's the transformative truth. Their opinions do not define your reality. Only you do. Every time you remind yourself that external opinions don't sway you, you're reclaiming your sovereignty bit by bit. And by staying devoted to your path, you affirm that your judgment, your inner compass, holds more value than the world's noise. After building a stronghold within yourself, the next step is learning to live true to who you are, regardless of outside pressure or judgment. This doesn't mean shutting out all feedback or isolating yourself from others' thoughts. Instead, it's about being wise enough to discern which voices nourish your growth and which ones drain your strength. Maintaining your inner citadel goes beyond ignoring what others say. It means actively developing a grounded sense of self, one rooted in your deepest values and long-term aspirations. You fortify yourself with wisdom, compassion, and resilience, so that when criticism or praise comes your way, you can accept it with grace without letting it shake your core. Let your actions mirror your true self, not some version shaped by society's ever-shifting expectations. And when you live in alignment with your own values and goals, you naturally become a beacon of authenticity, inspiring others to follow their own path and stand tall in the face of overwhelming societal judgment. Stoicism teaches us the power of anchoring ourselves in the present, because the present is where life truly unfolds. I embrace the present moment might sound simple, but it holds the depth of a fully awakened mind. To live in the present means letting go of yesterday's regrets and tomorrow's anxieties. It doesn't mean ignoring the past or avoiding the future, but rather focusing your energy where it truly matters, right now. Because when we dwell too much on what has been or what might be, we often rob ourselves of the vibrance and clarity of this very moment. Every time you whisper to yourself, "Come back to the now," you are making a conscious decision not to let the shadows of yesterday or the echoes of tomorrow distract you from the beauty of today, and that simple decision plants the seed for a resilient and grounded mindset. You begin to learn from the past without being shackled by it, and you plan for the future without being consumed by it. That balance is where presence begins, and where transformation truly unfolds. As we just explored, when you truly live in the present, you begin to experience what Stoicism ultimately strives for: equanimity amidst life's inevitable ups and downs. Life will always bring highs and lows, but when your mind is no longer scattered across different times and places, you respond to those fluctuations with clarity and a steady heart. Instead of reacting from fear or old patterns, you respond with purpose and calm intention. Your focus isn't split, it's here, now, sharp, aware, and ready to handle life as it unfolds. This kind of presence boosts your creativity, your ability to problem solve, and your skill in communicating with others. You become more attuned to the subtle shifts in tone, energy, and emotion around you, allowing you to make smarter choices and build deeper connections. And beyond that, when you embrace the present, you engage more meaningfully with the people in your life. You listen more deeply, notice more fully, and show up more completely. The result? Richer, more fulfilling relationships, both personal and professional. You also begin to rediscover the simple joys of daily life: the first sip of morning coffee, the warmth of sunlight on your skin, or the sound of your loved one laughing. These may seem like small moments, but they hold immense power in shaping our sense of joy and contentment. Thank you for joining me today on Stoic Journal. Remember, the power to live a rich and meaningful life lies in embracing each moment as it comes. Practice this daily and you'll notice how vivid, how alive your days begin to feel. If today's insights helped you, I encourage you to check out one of the suggested videos now showing on your screen and continue your journey in mastering the art of living well. Thank you for being a part of this community. And always remember, every single day is a new opportunity to live deeply and wisely. See you in the next video.